Hi everyone, this is Autopostrophe. Let's let's redo yesterday. I had a lot of signal problems yesterday. I didn't realize that the signal was flapping on yesterday's broadcast. So I'm going to redo what we did yesterday from Buried Stars as part of the A route prep. And again, you know, unless you're going for every single ending, this may not seem that interesting to you. Especially since we covered like the two major endings, the running ending and the purgatory for Betrayer's ending. But I would like to get the other endings as well, but we'll have to create some save states for that. So, with that in mind, let's go back to this one. I think this is the one that has the branch. Yeah, because you can see we got the chicken game. Chicken game is the A1 ending. But to get there, I'd like to show you how to do that. Okay, so I think we did all of the the Phater stuff. We can choose to call somebody, and in this case, since we're doing chicken game, we are gonna call Hisun.
진짜 개빡치네. 깜짝 놀랐잖아. 형은 괜찮아? 페이터 저 새끼! 조질 방법 없나?
누군지도 모르는 상황이잖아.
계속 떠드는 걸 보다 보면 각 나오겠지. 사람 가려서 터치해야지. 겁을 상실하셨어 아주.
그 의지로 나갈 때까지 버텨보자.
의지하면 또 나지. 언제든 건수 잡히면 한판 뜰 거라고.
무리하지 마. 일단 우리 상황이...
싸물다가 나갈 때쯤 넋 맞은다니까? 그럼 굿이나 보고 떡이나 드셔.
Okay, so this one, and we're gonna pick the answer on the right. I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do about people accusing Young of panic attacks. That gives us our keyword. Then reason for exception gives us another keyword. And then we need defense. Keyword there. And we need public opinion, which will bring our rapport up. Let's see, to Inu, who is frustrated with the staff's response, they're crossing the line. Okay, and with Haesung, he likes to talk shit about Yu Young, so. And then he also likes to talk shit about Ina. So I guess there's nothing much to reveal, which is assuming that Ina doesn't have anything.
아마도...
Although the purgatory for Betrayer, we know that she has a lot. She has a lot to reveal. This unlocks character profile, which we're good with. And favoritism. It will decrease our rapport, but it'll also give us a keyword. That reveals his taste in women. I mean, she likes older women. I agree with him. I don't know. Now that I'm older, do I still like older women? Yeah. Well, I don't like them younger, that's for sure. Then public enemy gives us a keyword. And then our defense, yeah, also gives us a profile unlock. So what's important is how you perceive yourself, not what other people think. At least as far as Phater is concerned. And the show itself. Okay, and with CEO, talk about that strange letter, the blackmail letter. And there's nothing we could do about it if somebody sends us blackmail or hate mail. Part of the job as far as the star is concerned. Pop star. There's this one. Gives us character profile. We have aftermath.
너무 나갔어요.
Talk favoritism with Hyesung. I'm gonna say why? Why Hyesung? Well, we know because he was fucking Sung. Or I don't know if it ever went that far. He was his girlfriend at least. At least for a time. About the staff list. We don't know about the staff. I'm gonna say no idea if I remember right. Yeah. No, my notes aren't actually the best. I really should gather these and publish them. What audience lists? Outsourcing gives us another word. And we're going to ask if the agency filed a suit against the contractors for the background checks. And Gwaihuk, we have very few things that we need to talk about. Anonymous account gives us a... We have to put up with the anonymous account with this young. I'm going to talk about some. I'm going to talk about the audience list. Say families usually take care of their own, but we know that's not true. Especially for Hyesung. And Gwaihuk, actually, both of them really didn't have supportive families. Fake panic attacks. We know they're not fake. They're very much real for her. Contradictory system or symptoms where she drinks coffee even though she it could be bad for panic attacks. I don't really know if that's true, but we're gonna ask why didn't the show cover it. Maybe they're gonna reveal it later. Then Gwaihuk's a scholarship, but we know that he didn't actually come from a family with money, at least not at the time. And then it's his decision whether or not to answer, questions about why he took the scholarship. In this case, we know that his dad thought he was a burden, his dad and his mom, so he didn't support him until his mom died. It gives us a profile unlock. Alright, we're ready for the stage. Overwrite that one. here we're gonna empty all of our pockets and accuse each other of being assumed. These are the two allegations that were only known to the contestants. They'll decrease our you know, our rapport, but that's okay. We'll get it all back. And then the sponsored watch is the reason that none of them can be assumed. Unless somebody has a different, more than one watch. And depending on what ending you get, that may or may not be true.
이거
And this is where Haesung leaks the death of Esuum, or Esuum. Okay, so this is where your A and B path diverge. So if you pick left, you're going to go the B route, the B route endings, of which there's two different B route endings. However, that being said, if you haven't seen all the A route endings, this is the one that you should pick. And this is the one that most people would pick, is we don't agree with him going against Esuum and Phater. We're going to pick this. And here the game gives us a number of opportunities to opt out of doing the B route. But we're gonna since we're only picking the A route anyway, it won't matter to us. Okay. And yeah, we'll say do whatever you want. But if you choose left, then you'll stay on your P route. Oh wait, we have some... I say right. Not the right time. And here it's respond strongly, mind your own business, not mine. Okay, so oh, we can also call people.
나야.
만났냐? 뭐래? 대체 뭔 생각이래?
지금 뭐 하는 거야? 당장 끊어!
방금 서혜성이지? 뭐래? 야! 너 임마 나와서 얘기해!
당장 끊으라는 얘기였어.
전화를 하든 미팅을 하든 사람 맘이지. 웃기는 자식이네.
이따가 얘기할게.
Alright, and then we have to go through all of these, so... But we get a bunch of rapport events for Hee-sung.
형이 보기에도 그래?
갑자기 뭐가?
내가 그렇게 양아치로 보이냐고.
Well, Hee-sung suddenly asked the question.
페이터 얘기 때문이야?
에이씨, 누가 내 의도 생각하래? 그냥 딱 보기에 어떠냐고.
철딱선이 없어 보이지.
방금 상처받았어.
딱 보기에 어떠냐며.
Hee-sung clicked his tongue, looking at the ground.
그래, 뭐 나 옛날부터 철딱선이 없었어. 그치만 양아치 짓은 안 했다고. 솔직히 성실하진 않았지. 대충 친구랑 의리가 더 중요하고 노는 거 거절 못하고 그런 애들 있잖아. 알아 몰라?
모를 리가 있겠어?
그게 그렇게 대단한 양아치야?
그렇다고 하긴 어렵지.
Hee-sung glanced at Dune while talking.
깝치다가 민폐 끼친 적 없진 않아. 그래도 나 솔직히
Hee-sung closed his eyes, or closed his mouth.
솔직히 뭐?
아무것도 아니야. 말하다 보니까 착잡하네. 어차피 애들 뚝까 패고 다녔겠지. 그렇게 생각.
내 생각을 마음대로 정하지 말아줄래?
내가 지 이미지에 똥칠하고 다닌 거지. 오죽하면 지인이 논란도 없어. 말 나오자마자 확정 딱.
Dune wanted to bring up Hee-sung's criminal record, but he didn't.
여튼 형은 철딱선 얘기해. 기억.
물어봐서 얘기한 거야.
Hee-sung accepted that he had a hot temper, but he seemed troubled at the thought of the rumor being rendered as truth right after it was revealed online. Hee-sung admits that he was not a good student. He had no interest in studying and cared more about experiencing fun incidents or having friendship. I'm gonna flip out because we're gonna agree with him about the bad postings from SCU.
내 취향 얘기했던 거 기억나?
연상연하? 생뚱맞은 얘기였지.
Frowning, Hee-sung averted his eyes.
뭔데 그렇게 뜸을 들여?
그게 예선 후반부터 내가 어떤 관계가 있었거든.
어떤 관계라는 게
뭐 사귀는 사이였단 거지.
사귀어?
Hee-sung stared at Dune with his wandering eye.
신승현 PD님.
뭐?
그런 반응 나올 줄 알았어.
진짜야 너?
돌아가신 분으로 농담할 것 같아?
Dune unknowingly covered his mouth.
많은 이유가 있는데 일단 내 스타일이라서 기대 없이 들이댔는데 덜컥 받아주시더라고.
비슷한 말 나올 때 지나치다고 생각했었는데.
제대로 아는 사람은 없었을 거야. 금방 끝났어. 본선 가면서 바로 깨졌으니까.
몇 주 정도잖아 그건.
전과 터지고 좀 빡세다고 하더라. 조용히 찢어지고 입도 다무는 걸로. 내가 잘한 일 하나도 없지. 나머진 내 개인기로 잘 헤쳐가 보라고 하셨어.
Seung-young and Hye-sung fell in love during the preliminaries and kept dating until the finals began. After his school violence scandal broke, Seung-young broke things off with him and swore him to secrecy about the relationship. Dune wanted to ask him again if he really went out with her, but decided not to.
솔직히 난 그 뒤로도 계속 좋아했어.
Of course.
삽질은 했지. 근데 더 잘해서 인정받자 싶었지. 그런데 무대는 무너졌고 PD님은 저렇게 됐지. 너무 안 됐고 그냥 슬프기만 해. 항상 조급한 분이었어. 무대 급하게 옮기고 부실하게 땜질하고 그런 게 모여서 PD님을 데려가 버린 거야.
Yesung held his trembling hand with the other hand.
그렇다고 다 놓아버릴 순 없어. PD님 말대로 해보려고. 뭔 짓거리를 하든 이 앞을 개척하는 거야.
Yun just stood there, surprised by the unexpected confession. Yesung was broken-hearted after Seung-yoon dumped him, but he did his best to regain her attention. But then the stage collapsed and Seung-yoon didn't make it out alive. Yesung had a special relationship with the producer, Seung-yoon, since the end of the preliminaries, but she dumped him during the finals, saying she couldn't cover up his scandal. I'm gonna say this place is more dangerous. Another rapport.
그 사건, 학교 잘린 거.
Yesung fell into a long silence.
나 가해자 아니야. 다 틀린 얘기야.
Yun unknowingly opened his mouth.
전과 달고 말하니까 전혀 설득력이 없어?
아니, 직접 아니라고 한 거 처음이니까.
Yesung fell silent, as if he was at a loss for words.
뭐가 어떻게 된 거야?
빼앗겼어. 진실을. 깝치고 다닌 거 사실이야. 성실하지도 않았지. 그래도 나쁜 짓 하고 다닌 적은 없었어. 진짜야.
그럼 어쩌다...
반장이야. 건욱이란 새끼인데 질이 나빴어. 하나 찍어서 집요하게 괴롭히는 놈이었거든. 빵빵한 집 자식이라 뭘 해도 프리패스였지. 자연스럽게 한 명 패는 각이 서더라.
그게... 너였단 거야?
Yesung slowly nodded.
처음엔 친한 거라고 생각했지. 맞추면 된다고. 정신 차려보니까 그냥 난 좋아 터지는 놈이었어. 대놓고 교실에서 물어봤어. 왜 이러냐고. 만만하고 별 볼 일도 없는 놈이라서 그런다대. 빡쳐서 따지니까 의자가 날라왔어.
Yun gulped.
거기 맞고 한판 붙었지. 선빵은 맞았지만 들러붙어서 치고받았어. 다음날 와보니까 얘기 끝났더라고.
Yesung's voice began to shake.
양아치가 반장 대가리 깼다는 거지.
교실이었으면 애들이 다 봤을 거 아니야.
그게 이 얘기의 중요한 점이야. 다 내가 먼저 쳤다고 증언했어. 면학 분위기 조지던 놈이 반장까지 조졌다고. 엄만 합의금만 어떻게 해달라고 머리를 조아리고. 알아, 돈 없는 거. 알고 있어. 힘없고 백 없는데 열심히 하지도 않는 거. 안다고. 내가 그렇게 믿음이 가는 자식은 아니란 거. 그래도 나 이런 식은 아니잖아. 어떻게 원인하고 결과가 바뀌냐고.
Yesung choked up with intense emotion.
페이터도 저지랄이야. 뒤집어 씌운 새끼도 저기서 놀고 있을걸?
억울하다고 밝혀야 되는 거 아니야?
뭐가 바뀌어? 내가 그냥 개털인데? 그때랑 똑같이. 진실도 힘 있는 놈이 가지는 거야. 돈이든 백이든 머리채 잡아야 돼. 힘은 진실을 빼앗을 수 있다고.
Jason blurted and lowered his head.
혜성아,
PD님은 죽었어. 전까지 아닌 난 답도 없어. 이거 아님 내가 뭘로 올라가? 무슨 수로 힘어도? 이대로 쇼 끝나고 원래 자리로 돌아가면 난 끝이야.
Jason hated himself for having no power. He thought he was the last chance. He thought this was the last chance of his life, so he didn't even mind sabotaging others' chances. Jason, the victim, had merely defended himself against the perpetrator. Classmates at the scene agreed to cover up the truth, claiming Jason to be the attacker. It was all possible because the perpetrator had power. And of course, we're not going to drop out. Let's see, because you didn't tell your side of the story. And here we're going to say your behavior could jeopardize others. We're going to say your behavior is just too much. It's too far. And this gets us keyword. Which gets us the last keyword. And this is not a time to reveal your secrets. Or other people's secrets. And I think I'll leave this here. Yeah. All right, we're all done. And we're going to say there's always a comeback chance. And that should calm him down. It doesn't really work though.
내 결심 안 바뀌어. 베스타는 나한테 온, 그리고 아직도 남은 유일한 찬스야.
Jason mussed his hair.
쇼, 그대로 이어진다는 보장 없어. 그런데
불확실하니까. 그러니까 더 매달리는 거야. 쫑났으니까 때려치라고 공지 떴으면 접어 놔도.
여기서 남는 게 그렇게나 힘을 갖는 일이야?
나도 물어보고 싶네. 형은 왜 본선까지 왔어? 마스커레이드 다 집에 갔잖아. 의리에 살 것 같으면 짐 싸서 같이 갔어야지. 배신자 낙인 찍혀서 삽질하잖아. 나 학폭으로 찍힌 것처럼. 형도 본선에 왔어. PD님이 뭔 수 썼는지 난 몰라. 근데 자진 사퇴할 생각도 없어 보여. 어쨌든 그냥 가진 않겠다는 거잖아? 나도야. 남 옆구리 찔러서라도 기회를 잡을 거라고. 내 평생에 언제 또 올지 모르는 일이니까.
혜성아, 나는...
그만해! 형 사정 듣기 싫어. 이해하기 싫어. 마음 약해진다고.
Yasun gave an awkward smile.
내 얘기 다 구라일 수도 있잖아. 사실 깡패 새끼인데 정의 구현 당하는 걸 수도 있어. 나 너무 믿지 마, 형. 또 뭔 얘기하고 다닐지 모르니까.
Yasun looked towards the corner of the dressing room.
근데 내 얘기 딴 사람들한테는 안 할 거지?
지금 나한테는 입 다물라고?
그래, 정확히 그거야. 아직 제대로 개겨보지도 못했어. 지금 저 사람들한테 까발려지면 여기서 그냥 죽어버릴 거야.
And he meant it. He emphasized that even the truth is driven by power. He steeled himself to seize the future opportunities.
형이랑은 얘기 끝.
Yeah, I mean, we understand him a lot more. So he's just in, this is the only circumstance that can get him out of his life and to a better life. That's why he's so desperate. Like I said, you don't really hate him after knowing him a little bit, but you still don't really feel that he's justified in his actions, We're gonna wait and talk with the others. We have to do this route. This one is the choice that makes it the A route.
괜찮을까?
Okay, at this point in time, I can make this save. Let's check Phater. Again, there's some good stuff in here. It's all written really, really well. That's why I'm hoping that that people pick this game up, and people are, at least English speakers, are going to be more aware of this game. Give this game some sales, and then hopefully this team will make another game that gets translated over. I think it'll be good. It's a very talented team. Like I said, you don't really like the game at first, at least I didn't, but the more I play it, then the more I like it. And the deeper the characters get, the more interesting the story gets as well. I'm gonna do... Are you still angry at me? Here we're gonna say, it was you who tried to break up the band. And it was you who insisted that we should make our debut without certain members. And that's true. Wusak really, that was his path to success. He was only gonna be successful if he left the original members of the band. This is Yasun's announcement, which unfortunately never came to pass. Now he's wondering if it's still his old bully that's seeing him, but we found out later that it wasn't. It was just one of the old staff members. And I think so at this point in time, this is when, if we're to believe the purgatory for betrayers, this is the time where Hook would be murdering Hasan. See if we can call him. No answer. Okay, this will give us a keyword. And compensation will give us a keyword too. Or this will increase our rapport. Just enough. We don't want to give them too much. Then angel editing. Then we have to go back and talk to Yin Young. This will give us a keyword. And a rapport event.
너도 컨셉이라고 생각해?
S 승연이 한 얘기 계속 신경 쓰여요? 커피랑 공항이 상극인지 아닌지 전 몰라요.
Young dropped her eyes for a moment.
맞아. 둘은 안 맞아. 치료할 때도 카페인은 끊으라고 해. 이젠 어떤 생각이 들어?
그런 거라면 왜 하신 거예요? 의사도 끊으라는 걸.
호전됐으니까. 베스타 참가 전에는 거의 떨쳐낸 상태였으니까.
Young looked Dion straight in the eyes.
그래도 바리스타까진.
엄마 가게였어.
집안일이었던 거네요?
작은 카페. 아르바이트 구할 형편도 아니었거든. 도와주겠다니까 얼마나 기뻐하셨는지 몰라. 상태 정말 나빴을 땐 집에 틀어박혀서 아무것도.
기쁘셨겠죠. 일손을 돕는다는 건 괜찮아지고 있다는 증거니까.
나야말로 가족들 덕분에 일어설 수 있었어. 세상이 다 몰아붙일 때도 가족은 내 편이었으니까.
Speaking of coffee.
아무것도 묻지 않고 그저 기다려줬어. 언젠가부터 조금씩 커피를 다시 마시기 시작했어.
Ooh, that's not bad. This is boss coffee? Oh. Who knew?
진짜로 괜찮아졌다는 실감이 났지. 그래서 여기 베스타에도 올 수 있었던 거고.
Young braced herself with one arm as if leaning against it.
공황 한 번 생기면 영원히 나락에 떨어지는 게 아니야. 잊혀진 것만 갖다가 나름 공생할 수 있게 됐다고 생각했었어. 베스타에서는 피할 수가 없었지만 발작할 때까지 몰아붙일 거라곤 상상 못했으니까.
작정하고 한 일이었죠. 너무 심했다고요.
A faint smile was seen on her pale face.
그런데 그때부터 순위가 상승세를 타더라. 희한한 세상이지. 극복담을 좋아하면서도 누군가 멀쩡하게 딛고 서면 고가워해. 극복담은 픽션에서나 환영받는 얘기일지도 몰라. 가족 일을 도우면서 나아졌을 뿐인데 그런 평범한 얘긴데.
영희 누나.
컨셉질이라고 의심할 만한 데가 충분하다. 이렇게 요약되고 마는 거야.
Young worked as a barista at her mom's cafe. With her family's sincere care and appropriate medical treatment, she could regain her strength. Young worked as a barista in her mother's cafe. She got treatment while staying with her family, and her symptoms got better enough to enjoy some coffee. I don't know if they ever told me to not drink coffee anymore. I mean, they could probably do it. I've been drinking green tea, you know, matcha specifically for the last couple months, but I still like coffee every once in a while. Alright. And then compensation. I think we can ask everything with this one. Then we want angel editing. And we're going to say he was obeying Sunyoung, which is true. And then speculation. Get some rapport. Now, some of these endings actually require you to have bad rapport. We won't. I think those are mainly the B endings that require you to have bad rapport as well. So we're not quite there yet. Alright, we get a keyword at that one. Same thing here. It's her kick-ass, kick-down, or whatever. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe it makes sense in the original language.
관심 올라가며 받을 순 없겠지.
자주 듣던 말이네.
매번 익숙해지질 않으니까.
S 승연이 과거 얘기한 것 때문이야?
새삼스럽긴 하지. 과거 왜 안 푸냐 그런 얘기.
Ina waved her hand in the air.
참가 신청할 때도 대충 상상은 했어. 혹시 뜨면 어떡하지? 나 아직 준비 안 됐는데. 그런 거. 진짜 본선까지 올 줄은 전혀 몰랐지만 경험은 언제나 상상을 뛰어넘는 거였고.
상상 그대로였어도 직접 느끼면 달랐을 거야.
넌 무대 서본 적 있잖아. 밴드 때. 경험 있으면 그래도 좀 낫지?
마스컬레이드 그렇게 팬이 많진 않았어.
개인 팬들 꽤 되지 않아? 내가
나만 무대 경험이 있는 것도 아니잖아. 너희 크로 공연도 부산에서 먹어주지 않았어?
부산 오뎅이냐? 먹어주고.
Ina put on a bitter smile.
뭐랄까 참 애매해. 개인적인 부분도 다 틀어주는 것 같잖아. 기본적으로는 편집한 장면들이 나가는 건데.
의도에 맞게 붙이면 딴 사람처럼 나갈 수도 있고 나머진 본인 능력인지도 모르겠어. 금방 미천 드러나기도 하고 궁금증을 더 키우기도 하니까.
난 좀 안이하게 생각하기도 했었어. 누가 날 이렇게나 궁금해할 줄 몰랐거든.
Ina shook her head.
보이는 것 이상을 알고 싶어 하지.
무대 위에 있는 모습만으로는 안 되나? 솔직히 나도 옛날에 그렇게 안 됐지만.
알면서 참가한 거 아니냐면 할 말은 별로 없어.
굳이 따지면 이 정도일 줄은 몰랐는데? 정도?
Ina put her hands together on her chest.
누구한테나 비밀은 있잖아. 대단한 거 아니래도 뭐 딱히 남한테 보이기 싫은 거. 저 구석탱이에 하나쯤 숨겨두면 안 되는 건가?
Ina pulled on her earlobe after a brief silence.
오디션판에서 배가 불러 쫙 째지는 소리였지?
우리끼리 생각을 말한 것뿐이니까.
그래, 뭐 잊지 말란다.
Ina knew that no one in the show could avoid unwanted attention. Nevertheless, she expressed that the contestants also needed a break from the public eye. Very true. public interest in her private life stresses out. She doesn't understand why her stage performances aren't enough for some people. I don't understand it either. But I am on both sides of the music world, so I actually don't have much respect for the music world, but I have tremendous respect for musicians, but producers and publishers. You can say I like them. A necessary evil, as they say. Got a keyword there, and then keywords here, and rapport up. Okay, and we're gonna say, yeah, he doesn't really have any new information. I mean, technically he does. Oh yeah, he has synchronizing attitude. We're shocked. Oddly enough, Ina really only kicks Seal's ass. So. Alright, now we have new keywords we can use here, which will give us some more rapport. I'm going to say something might have to be sacrificed. Whenever you're on a show, you give up a lot of things. Especially these variety shows. I mean, you give up a lot. Or these competition shows. I think people who win competition shows are definitely stronger artists for surviving. But you also have to kind of give up your principles as a musician as well in order to win these shows. Something which I'm not willing to do. Which is why I'm not popular. But I'd rather not be popular and be happy with myself. But we'll see. I have new albums coming out, and a new group coming out, so hopefully people will like that, and I don't have to worry about producers anymore. Ina's nice little nickname. He likes that. But he likes anything about Ina. I do too. I say, it's nonsense. Hissing is the informer of Hissing school violence. Nah, not likely. We're gonna say Hissing was counting on Zungen, of course. Alright. Alright, so we're still on the A route, which is good. Should we do the next part? We're getting close to the hours, so why don't we stop there for right now. I'll come back to this game later at night, after I've kind of played all the other games on my plate. Probably shouldn't start so many games, especially since this one is so interesting, but, you know, as soon as we finish this, I'm going to do Coma 2 at night, because I sort of like ending the game, or ending the night with a scary game, which I originally thought this game was. I thought this game was going to be a horror game. I mean, I'm glad I played it, and there is a horror ending, so thankfully that's good. But I was just surprised that it was more of a dramatic game than it was a horror game. But again, I don't regret playing it. And hopefully people don't regret watching it. Anyway, this is audap. You've been watching Buried Stars on Nintendo Switch. I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.